difficulties and some technical issues with our previous server that we were on. As you saw, we had safety cars riding around the track during qualifying. We had drivers in and out. That's just unfortunately something out of our control. This is, you know, playing online. I think a lot of you guys can attest to that. Tiger Bolt there joins now, so we yes seem to be back at full. Oh, we're only 18 drivers, so 2 more drivers still need to join. What will happen now is we'll have a short qualifying. Everyone here now has a chance to have a second shot at qualifying for pole position. So it'll be 18 minutes. You can have as many laps as you want. You're limited to the number of tires you have. However, everyone now gets a chance. And again, Jacques has stayed with us and joined with us and can now see the action live.
Yes, I can. I'm in.
We're in now. So,
Sheldon, trick question.
Yes, sir.
What do you think now? The guys that went out in Q2 previously with the medium tires, do you think they're going to go softs or mediums now?
Right. I'm just there with Manu and I see he's gone out on the medium. I was just about to say, you've got some time to maybe do a medium run and then a soft run. But I would go out and soft straight away. The track is going to be busy. For sure it's going to be busy. You want to get your quickest time in early. And I'm not sure on the rules either, Jacques. I don't know if you maybe know on what it's going to be now with race start. Because do they start their race on the quickest tire? Or does it reset and they get new fresh set of tires to start the race on? That's also something we're not sure about, as this has never happened to us before in FTR.
Yes, no, it haven't. Honestly, I don't know. But I guess we'll find out very soon.
Yeah, we'll find out in 18 minutes time, 100%.
But I think if they changed it now to a custom grid, they will maybe keep the medium tires, but now it's difficult to say if anyone took a recording of the final Q2 qualifying session. Yep. So then that guys must start on the mediums and the rest on whichever tire they went to.
Yeah, no, 100% I do. Yeah, the guys could basically be forced into using the tire they qualified quickest on in Q2.
On 2.
Yeah.
Because I see Lee's on a medium now. And like you said, Manu on a medium.
So Nick Gishin is going to be the first driver on a timed lap going through turns 1, 2 and 3. As I said, that's the only section of the track that's not in the same district of Singapore as the rest of the track, which is Kalang. Rest of it's in what they call core of downtown core of Singapore. It's a pretty long track, Jacques, and the concentration level is right up there, and you also got the lights. There's a lot happening.
Yeah, it is a long track, especially 39 laps as well. It takes a lot of concentration, like you said. But it's such a beautiful track. Some people hate, some people love. I personally, I love this track. It's one of the best tracks for me.
Can I tell you, I'm a great fan of street circuits. I'm a great fan of the atmosphere that's created in Singapore. I think it's probably one of my ambitions and my goals is take my son, with a couple of friends and go watch a Grand Prix in Singapore. It's a lovely city to travel in, to be a tourist, but then also watch the Grand Prix. You also get that atmosphere of the lights. However, I'm not as good as I think I am around this track. I need a lot more practice around it. I think it's the concentration factor that I need to work on. And yeah, so there we go. Nick Gishin setting a benchmark of 1:39.7 in the Toro Rosso. Right, Eugene
And
going
Eugene
quicker.
topped him with a 137.
Man, Bulldog 138.3. He was into the 137s before we changed servers.
Divan making a 136
Oh,
on a
boys are getting
soft
quicker.
tire.
Yes, that's soft tire. You get out there, get on the soft tire, smash the lap, and then decide what you want to do after.
I see JC Lagrange unfortunately left the session again. Hopefully he can rejoin very soon.
Right on board with Lee. He puts in a 2 minute. There must have been an issue there. He's on the mediums. 2 minutes was round about the wet time. He's going to be pushing that Red Bull for a definite second go. Senior Ghosts, as I jumped onto him, he went on to 7th, 140. Those McLarens performing absolutely amazing there, Jacques.
Yeah, they do. Eugene and Divan, good teammates. I think they know each other for a long time. They know each other's style. Pretty good setup that they have together going there.
Nice. And how you find yourself and your teammate? You with the Alfa Romeo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I am.
Yes, and your teammate is
Captain RSA.
Captain RSA. Oh yes,
No,
yeah. He had a bit of an unfortunate incident with Aqua on Monday night. In the nicest words you can, just walk us through that incident that actually happened.
He was in the front. Unfortunately, Aqua clipped him around the one corner. Warlock was behind him, so I was in fourth passing them. Today, me and him, we did have a practice session on Russia for next week. And we had a nice chat. But it's a racing incident. Things like this happened. He was just very disappointed because it happened, because obviously he was in the lead. I think there was about 8 laps to go. And then this happened. But so you learn.
Yeah.
But very good gentleman. Nice attitude. Great spirit. But I believe he will come out stronger in Russia.
100%. And he's pretty quick. I think we saw him for the first time in Austria. If I'm not mistaken, and I think if I can remember, he qualified pretty well up and finished second or third in Austria. From in my memory is actually pretty not the best, but if I can remember, so we know he's got the pace, and yes, definitely quicker. But I mean yourself as well. When we see O'Connell coming out towards the end of qualifying, your whole heart sinks because we know. Here comes the lap of a lifetime again. Yeah, you've just got something on. You've got something in those hands and those feet that just push you through. And I actually said I should be phoning you and asking you for tips and tricks to see what's up. Are you?
Usually Q3 and Q2, I'm up there, but in Q1, that's where I'm starting to lose concentration, and then I fall back quite a while. But luckily with the race start, yeah, it helps if you have a good race start as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. Get away, get through the first corner. If you can get through the first corner clean and keep the first 3 or 4 laps clean, a lot of times you find yourself finishing the points. If you also, first of all, run the right setup, that's something I maybe need to remember and learn. That always ensure you have the right setup selected. But so I think we see a lot of incidents in turns 2, 1, 2, and 3 usually, but we know it's pretty difficult. Just maybe walk us through what the process is when you start, what you're looking for, who you're looking out for, because some guys are looking at other drivers, but one driver might accidentally ride into you. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, and, I think the adrenaline at that stage is a lot, because everyone wants to get out of there and then just go racing. But I must say, the last couple of races, I do feel that our race starts have improved. in Tier 1 as well as Tier 2. And that's good to see. So it's not like the guys just want to cause accidents. They do actually go out to improve as well.
Yes. I've also, from my first race in, I think it was France, to now, a lot more guys have been conscious of turn one and also giving each other a bit more space.
Space.
Yeah, I also believe that, when there's incidents, I don't think anybody goes out to cause incidents on purpose, and that's what corner one is about. You think you've got the guy covered, or you think you're giving someone space, but unfortunately sometimes you impede someone else or someone. It's very difficult. So
Yeah.
yes, yeah, especially on a street circuit where it's narrow.
Even here in Singapore, it's not the easiest tracks to overtake.
Not at all. I'm just having a look. So it looks like one of the alphas, that being Yakunachel's with us. So the other alpha is out. I must just actually see if I've got his gamer tag. He's not in with us. Let me just see who that is. I see he's not here, as well as... Who's the other driver that's not with us? Tiger Bolt is not in.
Tiger Bolt, yeah.
Yes, Tiger Bolt's not in. Okay,
I'm on board with It's Me Bura now. I see he's running a 148 and he's a guy that can set the pace. So
yes.
I think there might have been an incident. He's currently going out on his next lap. Oh, he improved. 139.
Goes quicker again. He stretches his lead out front to a 136.7. Look at how close it is between the top three. Well, between the top two, you got 136.7, 136.79. Lee, second down the road. He's on the medium though, 137.7. Burry's fourth on a 138.0. Yakunachel 138.2. He's on the softs. Nam Bulldog, great time on the medium as well, 138.3. Wizard's first rule again, as we spoke earlier. Great improved driver. 138.5. Dead. Kadonks in the second. Red Bull 138.6. Sniffleizer, the new signing for Ferrari, on a 138.6 to 5. Avilach in 10th, 139.0. It's me, Buddha, 139.2. As you said, yes, he does have the pace in the Williams to go quicker. We saw himself and Jacques Lechanti qualifying in Q1 in the previous session, very close together. It's Burnout 007's out on track. He's on the flyer. Jacques Lechanti is still in the pits. He's got time. We know Jacques is absolutely blisteringly quick. He definitely has the pace to get himself right up there. We've got 5 minutes left of the session. Deerwold just gives way there to one of the Reynolds being its Burnout 007. Looks like Deerwold ran wide somewhere and lost some time, so he's aborted his lap.
I have to admire the confidence of Jacques Lechanti for going out this late, because one mistake and it can ruin your whole qualifying.
Yeah, as we saw, a little mistake there from the Reynolds losing the front end plate, so he's lost some time. It's Burnout 007. That's unfortunate. So you're right, yeah, that could really it could be an advantage or a huge disadvantage.
Is it?
Yes.
DBR is on his in lap now, or out lap, sorry.
Yeah, he was on a timed lap, and he looks like he cut a corner and had an invalidated lap. So he backed off on that lap. Must be going for another one as well, yeah. We have Kadonks now switched over to the softs. He's also on the out lap. Both Mercedes are out on the track. Burry's in 4th, Manu in 14th. Manu, definitely a driver we know that can be competing for the top 5. Of late, also noticed a few slight errors from him, but also, not really on the pace. Maybe, with most of our lives getting back to normal, the guys don't have as much time to practice going around. I know I didn't have any time to practice. I also had 1 or 2 laps practice and then got straight into qualifying, which is never ideal. So that Manu really maybe good up for a good qualifying. He's got a reprieve here as we restarted the session. But so Eugene still leads the pack at a 1:36.7 on his soft tyre.
None of the first 4 is going out for one last shot. Oh, I see Aris. I would have expected him to go out, to go and try, and Lee as well, to go out to give it one last shot.
Yes. Oh, unfortunately, I don't know if it's Burnout coming back to the pit again, but it looks like he's collected the wall again, unfortunately, as well in the Renault.
And DBR goes into 7th.
Oh, there we go, Racing Point, my sister team, doing very well. Unfortunately, Tiger, Bolt, and FTR Ruas, just forgot his gamer tag. It looks like they're having some issues to rejoin the session. It seems to me Jacques Lecrancy is not going to go out. He's also having some issues to rejoin the session as well.
Oh, and Eugene set a new pole. 1:36.758. So he jumped Divan. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure that between those two McLarens, they are so tight together, so close together. They just keep jockeying for position 1 and 2. Look, if you didn't go out by 2 minutes 45 seconds, you were cutting yourself. You're leaving yourself with very little time to get to the start-finish straight. As Divan Purple Sector 1 now. You're giving yourself very little time to get to the start-finish straight. If you left after that, you're going to be chewing up your tires just to get to the start-finish straight to start a lap. So those who are in the pits after 2:45, they're going to struggle to be anything competitive to the top 2 at the moment.
Yeah, it is. Especially on a track like Singapore with its length and
100%. So as we see, we're on board with Lee. He's coming through the stadium section. He looks like he's really on it on his outlap, which is not the case he should normally be. He's got about 10 seconds now. He's coming through the last 2 corners. Looks he'll just make the line, but what has he done to those tires? Has he taken some life out of them? He gets across the line just in time. He will be the last one to set the time. Look in his space on the mediums. He's the only one right now that's out there. And Jaco Nagel that could possibly still challenge the top 2. As Divan goes quicker, 1:36.449, stretches his lead out front.
that's a really good time. 1:36.4.
We got Jacques now rejoining the session. Unfortunately, right at the end of the qualifying, he'll have to start right at the back of the pack. This has been a very challenging session in regards to the connectivity. Lee van Rooyen now coming onto the one of the back straights.
Sheldon, just
Purple
correct
sector
me.
2, yes, Jacques.
Is it Jaco Nagel's first race for FTR tonight?
Unfortunately, I was not commentating last week, so I'm not sure if you rode last week, if you raced last week. But I know it's my first race commentating with Jaco Nagel. I know for sure it's Sniffleizer. He's the first. It's his first race with Ferrari. And Lee van Rooyen goes over the line. Doesn't improve his position, improves his time. 1:36.8. Right. Only 400, less than 400ths of a second to 4/10ths of a second to Devon. Sorry, 400ths of a second to Devon. So the Devon Lee van Rooyen saga again kicks off. How have you enjoyed this battle between the two of them?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to watch. I see Kadong's up in P4. He jumped Barry's.
Donks, looks like there's something going on in the Red Bull garage that's allowed these guys, because that is a very competitive time for Donks. He's got the skill, he's got the pace, but now to lock out the second row with his teammate, this is going to be interesting.
I see Barry's opted for the medium tire, so he will start on the medium tire.
Right, there we have it, with only 20 seconds left of everyone to complete their time, and that's it. There we go. So, Eugene S44 taking pole position at Marina Bay Circuit, Singapore. Round 8. FTR. Devon, his teammate in the McLaren, blocking out the front grid. The first row. Lee van Rooyen and Gedonks, Red Bull, locking out the second row. Barry's then fifth. Jaco Nagel, as I said, I'm not sure if it's first race, but it's my first race commentating on his racing in sixth. Nam Bulldog Haas, fantastic, also on the medium, a 138.3. I'm sure he had the pace to get into the 137s. DBR 257 in the racing point on a 138. And Codemasters throws me a dummy.
Jaco's second race.
It's his second race. Okay.
Second race. Okay.
Alrightos.
Thank you, Andre Nagel, for pointing that out.
Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. As I said, my first race commentating with him present. So yeah, last week I was still having a battle with my service provider of my internet service provider. So I was unable to host the stream last week and commentate. So right now we get down to the money.
I see in the comment section Titus Malema. As far as I understand, he's also up and coming driver, new on the scene.
Yeah, one of our new tier 2 drivers. Also, when I see him as well on track, I know he's been going blissfully quick. He's riding for Renault. Titus, if you can just actually maybe confirm that you are riding for Renault in tier 2, because yeah, when you see that Renault out on track and you see Titus' name also, so you know, yeah, there's another position you're going down. This guy is going to qualify ahead of you.
I remember last week driving against him. He had a strong pace on him. I struggled to keep up with him at one stage.
Right, so, okay, good. Adrian, yeah, just check it out. Thank you, Adrian. Myself and Oldie Bones holding down the fort here for you guys. Follow these drivers for, they've, Oldie Bones, Jacques, you also following the stream as we're racing. What advantage does it work to you?
By following the stream?
Yes, by following the stream while racing.
Yeah, while racing, yeah. I must say, it does give lots of information that you need, especially where the guys are on track. I'm not one that's driving with a mini-map, but now and then I do look at the stream and I can see on who's where and what's going on. So the information helps.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a must or I can use or are we allowed to use it, but I must say it does have its advantages.
Yeah, no, 100%. Look, following the stream as a driver, I mean, we don't have, I don't think there's any rules or any regulations against that for the league. Every driver in Tier 1, I believe, does it. Yes, they use it to advantage, obviously, of their strategy to see who they're racing, who's going to pit, who's on what tyre. But also with the introduction of the race engineers, which tonight, unfortunately, we don't have the ability to invite them in. We have maybe some technical issues, but we will again resume that. I think that's also a nice touch. Did you guys have a race engineer in the last 2 races?
No, we haven't had. Today was actually today was actually the first time me and Captain RSA got in contact with each other. But we're gonna take it from here, and like I said, we did have a practice run on Russia today, so can just go for the better.
No, 100%. So yeah, as the boys now, the McLarens have been sitting there for a little bit as the last of the. That's Tiger Bolt. Tiger Bolt, yes, there we go. They've joined, but Tiger Bolt and Savage Moses have swapped cars. I don't think that's contractually allowed, but Alpha and Racing Point swapping drivers. It looks like we got all 20 drivers in. That's great for the start. Where is Jacques Lecrancy? Oh no, Jacques Lecrancy's out again. Lights on in 2, 3, 4, 5. Silence. Jump start there for Manu. We get away with Eugene and Divan. Kadong's dropping backward, but Divan takes the lead away from Eugene. Lee van Rooyen keeps his third. Boris Kadong's fighting it out there for 4th position. The McLarens are away nicely. Lee van Rooyen with them. He's not going to let them get away. There's a little bit of touch between the 2 McLarens. And yes, Eugene's got some damage on his wing. His right front end plate is gone. They're racing each other down towards turn 6. That is, he runs wide. Eugene does. Lee now taking advantage. 3 wide's not going to work. They squeeze them into the wall. Oh my word, the McLarens are keeping it 1 and 2. But now Burries is coming on the action. What a start! Yeah, Jacques, what a start. We got a virtual safety car already.
What a start. Brilliant. I saw one Toro Rosso.
That would be GJ Buerta, yes.
Buerta, yeah. He's got some damage on his front wing. I believe. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, he's out, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's out of the race, unfortunately.
Virtual safety car conditions.
But wonderful stuff from the 2 McLaren drivers. Wonderful.
I must say, awesome racing. You back to racing, back to green flag conditions. Eugene now still got carrying that damage, but the top 3 are fighting it out already. I mean, we saw that trying to go 3 wide through corners. 7 looks like,
I saw Mercedes spinning there. Almost Kadongs loses. He's got his place back from DBR.
Great, and Eugene dives into the pits. Yeah, ball. Right, that Mercedes of Burries then into 3rd, ahead of Kadongs. Yes, I see that now, and DBR right on the back of the Red Bull. Eugene down to 15th. Yes, he had to stop to get his front wing repaired. He had a little bit of a nudge into the rear of Divan. Now the Divan Lee saga again. These 2 guys cannot keep away from each other. This is going to be a tight race right to the end. We saw the 2 McLarens and the Red Bull going 3 wide through turns. Looks like it was turn 7 and 8. Yeah, you can't fit 3 cars through there, can you, Jock?
No, not at all, man.
Oh, Titus is actually driving for Toro Rosso, so my apologies. Torment Kills is, yes, and Sagi Fatface, there we go, are driving for Reynolds. My apologies, boys. Enjoying the stream, Tapiwa, yes, thanks, man. Also, yes, Torment is Tapiwa, he's driving for Reynolds. That's also one hell of a quick driver, as well as Sagi Fatface.
Yeah,
Awesome
they are.
name. I love that name. And I think sometimes he actually swears at me because normally he's right behind me in qualifying, and I'm a little bit slower than he is. So, Sagi Fatface, my apologies, but next time you can just ride me off if I am keeping you up. And also one of the newer drivers, Donovan Duffy on the stream. Good luck, guys. Sad to see Jacques Laurent struggling to join. And Lee van Rooyen into the pits early. No nose cone change for him. He goes on to the medium. Avilach up to third now. He's on the hard, so he started the race on the hard. Let's have a look on
And the Ferrari boys not doing bad as well. Sniffleiser and Senior Ghost. 4th and 5th. And if they can carry on, I don't think any one of them's got damage like some of the other drivers, so that can be a good race for them. This.
Jacques, you and I must have missed something because there's a safety car out.
It might.
I didn't see the. I don't know if it's was the incident regarding GJ Porter because that happened a whole lap ago. We had virtual safety car, and we went green again. So I'm not sure what's brought the safety car out.
Yeah, I've also seen only the Toro Rosso, and I've also missed the rest.
Right.
Kadong's now up into 14th.
So yeah, he is stopped. Divan Lee, Eugene, Deerwald, Yaku, Wizards First Rules have stopped. Kadong's Tigerbolt, Gishen, It's Me Buddha, and Burnout 007 all stopped. The top 6 runners have not stopped. They're still behind the safety car. We'll just have a look at the tires fitted. Right now, Barry's and Bulldog on medium. Yes, Jock.
Nah, I see. Speaking about tires, I see Avilach, Senior Ghost, and Savage Moses all on hards.
That's going to take them very deep into the 31 lap race. It's going to make them super competitive towards the end because I'm sure they're going to go on the softs. Would you?
I'm personally not a fan of the hards, but for a race like this, it changes everything, so I might think it's a good option. Going for the hards.
Well, we're going to probably lose about 2 laps under the safety car, 2 or 3 laps under the safety car.
Safety car.
Those who've now gone on to the mediums, would you say they would get to the end of the race on the mediums? Because I see Kadonks and Tigerbolt have opted for the hards.
No, I think this is going to be a 2-stopper. So I do think the guys on the mediums will either go medium again or medium soft for the next stop. The only one-stoppers I can see, I believe, is the guys with the hards. I don't think the mediums will take the full race now.
Yeah, it's a stretch, especially this is, I mean, it's a street circuit. It's not a race surface. If we talk about in real life, the asphalt, the profile of the asphalt is far more aggressive than it would be for a racetrack itself. So I think it'll be a bit more abrasive on the tires. Yes, if you look real life scenario, which obviously tries and simulates into the game. But yeah, we'll see what the mediums do.
But we've got some very competitive drivers here with some great skills. They might pull it off.
And I'm just seeing now, so unfortunately it doesn't look like Jacques will be able to join on the session. That's gonna put an ugly dent into his championship, as he's just taken the lead of the championship from Lee van Rooyen. Lee van Rooyen sitting in 8th, but he has stopped actually in the net lead of this race would be Divan. He has stopped. Those in front of him have not. It's. I just want to see if I can see if the safety car's lights are still on. No, the safety car's lights are off. That means the safety car is going to start going to the pits. Burries will start backing up everybody, and we will get racing again. I will drive on board with Abilach and watch how it unfolds as we go ahead.
Our biggest winner so far, Savage Moses, up 14 places in the first 4 laps.
And Savage Moses representing the Toro, the Racing Point. So it looks like there might have been a mix-up and a panic when it was joined. Tiger Bolt and Savage Moses swapping. So, yeah. And we're back to racing conditions. The two horses right on together. Abilach showing Nam Bulldog is there. Burries gets through nicely. Sniffleizer also coming onto the back of the horse of Abilach, but his teammate Senior Ghost is also short of a decent drive, has now left behind the Red Bull of Lee van Rooyen, but it looks like Savage Moses has dropped down to 11th. He did not get a good start on the safety car. Burries then leading us away nicely as we again under green conditions. We can see the snake in coming through turns 8 and 9. Long laps to go, long race still to go yet though. We know the top 5 now still need to pit. Lee van Rooyen got past Divan. I'm not sure where he got past him. Lee now then essentially in the net lead of this race once the top 5 pits. He's right on the back of Senior Ghost's Ferrari. He's going to want to get that Ferrari cleared quickly. Goes to the inside of the Ferrari. He's on the medium. The Ferrari puts a squeeze on him. Does the cutback. I'm not 100%. Yes. He's not got it done. Senior Ghost is actually falling back down to 17th. Shock.
Yeah. Yeah, and they had it going. I think it's just that lack of concentration.
He was maybe unsighted. Maybe the Red Bull unsighted was by the Ferrari. Ferrari then was maybe just putting a squeeze on the Red Bull on foot. Not seeing him coming and maybe just getting unfortunately pushed out there.
Tiger Bolt making a move on Senior Ghost. Oh, and he jumped Senior Ghost.
Let's have a look. Senior Ghost. Oh, yes. The front left end plate of his front wing. So, yeah, there was definitely coming together with the Red Bull through that tricky bridge section. That is a very difficult part of the track to overtake. Also to ensure that you've got enough space around your outside and inside. But Burry is still now well in control of this race. Nam Bulldog not allowing him to get away too much. He's only 1 second behind. And Avilach, virtual safety car again. Not sure, don't see any cars standing still.
I see there's an incident that Nick Gishan might have had. I see he has moved back to 18th. But nonetheless, you can't throw any of these drivers away. All of them has their skills they're good at. Especially if I can mention one. Senior Ghost. He might be 17th now, but he has some great pace on him. He can be very fast on the day.
100%. As I said, if you never quit until the final lap. You never know who's got a penalty in front of you. You never know who's going to lose concentration in front of you. So I know myself in Belgium as well. I slipped right back to the back of the pack and I finished 4th just because I stayed on track. I completed the race and I was rewarded with a 4th position. So 1 away from podium finishes. But that was just consistent driving. as Lee's on the outside of the
Outside.
Ferrari of Sniffleiser, runs wide, takes a position, not sure if he's going to need to cede that position back, and oh no, Avilach goes! That gives Lee Van Rooyen third. We'll just follow Avilach. He's... Oh, comes in... Oh, nicely!
Divan is making... Oh, Divan backed out. Divan is looking to give Sniffleiser...
We're just going to have a look on the tyres now, so... Safety car again comes out.
Yeah.
Safety car. This must be for the Avilach incident. Probably the stewards deeming they need to... Sniffleiser is also losing lost some of his front right end plate, looks to me. Safety car out. This is maybe to clear the debris of Avilach's incident, who's now down in 12th. This will calm it down. Those on the mediums that haven't stopped yet, would you be stopping now, Jacques?
Yeah, I would definitely take a chance now. If I looked at our race on Monday night, on the softs it was probably lap 9 that we had to pit. So I think it will be a good choice to make a stop now. Barry's jumped into the pits.
Barry's in, Sniffleiser in, he's going to have a wing change. There comes, I'm not going to, yeah, it's Devolt, because I need to just remember that Savage Moses is actually with the Pink Panthers this evening. Lee now second to Nam Bulldog, who's done 7 laps in the mediums. Nam Bulldog, I think, is also one of those drivers that can see these tyres through quite a distance. He's a very smooth driver, doesn't make too many mistakes, and doesn't that horse absolutely look awesome under the lights of Singapore as well? What a livery. So we have the two McLarens, third and fourth, Divan and Eugene. They have sorted their wing issues out. They're both on the mediums, about the same age. Jaco Nagel, yeah, in his second race again, so apologies to Jaco Nagel there. In his second race, running 5th, we're doing a stellar job in the Alpha. Unfortunately, his teammate betrayed him, has gone over to Racing Point, who's right behind him. So a mid-season swap, I don't know if that's on the cards. Again, Jaco, we speak about Wizard and improvement. He's running 7th. He's actually had a very quiet race. He hasn't been involved in any major incidents, but he's kept himself in the points and high up in the points too.
Yeah, he's up there. But him and Bernard as well, they are such great teammates. They've known each other for a long while. And if there's two guys that absolutely pushes each other, it will be these two.
I'm sure they, as they chat to themselves in their chat party, speak with themselves in the chat party, I think it's Bernard will, I mean, he will improve. I've seen good results from him before. I think maybe it's just, again, maybe a lack of practice going there, but I'm sure we will definitely see that second Renault of its Bernard making the same improvements as was its first rule. Nice winner here out of this safety car incident round is Nick Gishen. We saw him running 18th at one stage as Kadonks jets off into the pits in the Red Bull. Nick Gishen now back into the points in 8th. Avilach, he's had his incident. He's now on the medium in 12th. His incident brought the safety car out. That's the only one I could see that actually was an issue.
And Savage Moses still up there in 6th, keeping it together.
Yeah, he has to get used to his new equipment pretty quickly, and looks like he's doing a good job in his new equipment, his new overalls.
And but he's one stop behind the rest, so I wonder how far he's going to push those hot tires of him.
Yes, he has not stopped, and neither has Nam Bulldog, so very decent here. Unfortunately, we see one of the Williams, he's now moved on to the softs. It's me, Buddha, the only Williams running, as Jacques Lecrancy can't seem to rejoin us. The Williams normally dominating Tier 1 racing. We know it's me, Buddha can definitely finish on the podium. And unfortunately now running 18th, but he's on the soft tyre, so he's going for an aggressive restart. We'll be on with Nam Bulldog as soon as the safety car goes through the sector 2 timer. We will see whether he will be returning to the pit or will continue. Just quickly on the comments, keep up the good commentary, Sheldon O'Connell. Thank you, Razor. We will do our best to keep you guys entertained. Remember, like the stream, subscribe, share, notify, do whatever you have to do. Let's get some viewers here. 23 live viewers, thank you very much. And we see the lights of the safety car off. Antonio Groenewald looking for some tire data. So yes, we'll be going through the data as the race goes on. You can see now that data is up. He does say thank you for putting it on there. It's a pleasure, man, no worries. And a lane donation, Mercedes Tier 2 driver. Keep it clean, boys. Yes, especially on this circuit, as we see, just a little bit of debris on the circuit, the safety car will come out. So we don't want to see too many incidents. We want to see racing. And that's what we're going to be doing now as the safety car peels off into the pits. No overtaking till the start-finish straight.
Oh, and the Red Bull almost hit Nam Bulldog.
I noticed Jacques as the restart takes, and who's that? Oh no, one of the that's Savage Moses in the racing
Lee van Rooyen making the move.
Making the move.
Oh, and he pushed off Nam Bulldog.
Oh no, that's unfair.
Red Bull had an incident.
Is on a charge this evening.
I think that will definitely be looked at.
That will be
race.
referred to the stewards for sure. I do note as Jaco Nagel now is in third. Divan lost out, probably also getting caught up in an incident between the Red Bull and the Haas. He's down to fourth. Wizards first rule up to fifth. Now he gained from Savage Moses and Nam Bulldog's unfortunate incident. Jacques, I do know that I had the same issue in Silverstone when I was leading. When the safety car returns to the pits and it's not yet past the pit line, safety car again is out.
Again.
Oh, this is going to be I hope the safety car doesn't put on more lead laps than any of our drivers.
This is safety car number 3 now, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, safety car number 3, yes. We've had
and
one
only allowed 5.
We might hit that fifth one till the end of the race then. Well, as I was mentioning, so I'm not sure if it's a glitch in the game or what the actual makeup is. Jaco Nagel now taking the lead as Lee goes into the pits. When you're coming up behind the safety car on the start-finish straight and the safety car hasn't passed the pit entry line yet, the game automatically puts the brakes on for you and slows you down and doesn't allow you to speed up until the safety car has safely gone past the pit lane line. So that's an incident you saw now with Nam Bulldog, Lee van Rooyen and Divan. The first corner incident is obviously in racing conditions and driving, but that last corner where they saw everyone back up and the Red Bull almost run into the Haas, yes, that is because that happened to me as well twice in Silverstone in Tier 2 when I was leading and the safety car came out. It's just a part of the game, and I'm not sure how it can be changed. Needs to maybe be changed, because that could also be seen as brake checking and cause some issues drivers here.
And in the meantime, it's the automatic braking from the game itself.
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting between Jaco Nagel and Divan up in front. The one who pits first, He's gonna have the upper hand, I think. But looking at Yaku so far, I've been on board with him for a few laps now. Looks like a very consistent driver. Very calm, collective. Knows when to make a move and when not to make a move.
And I'm loving the color of his helmet as well. That lime bright green in the red of the Alpha looks absolutely amazing. He's up 5 places now, leading this race. But biggest winner overall, and when he had it instant, Nick Gishen up to 4th. Barry's 3rd. DBR Dierwald hanging in there in the racing point with a new teammate for this race. He's in 1st. Manu Dietrich 6th. Kedonks in the leading Red Bull at the moment. He's in 7th. Senior Ghost in the leading Ferrari in 8th. Let's have a look at the tyres strategies. It's me, Buddha, now still on those softs. He's done 2 laps on them. He's in 9th. Lee van Rooyen went into the pits. He's now changed to the hard. Gonna definitely see him to the end of the race. Wizard's first rule in 11th on the hard's gonna see him to the end of the race. Eugene S44, 12th, softs. Yeah, he will need to stop again. Avilach on the hards, he's in 13th. Snifferlizer.
5-second penalty, exceeded track limits for Lee van Rooyen. That's gonna have an impact at the end.
Yeah, that's gonna be a nasty little one when he goes over the line. That's that's one thing. You hold your breath when you go over the line, and you just hope you don't drop positions, because lucky for us, and as Codemasters does, they immediately and automatically apply the penalties as the race ends. So you hold your breath for those penalties that get applied to your name. Yes, and definitely for sure at risk of losing your podium or your victory. Yeah. And Savage Moses now in 15th, Racing Point. Maybe it's just a driver trial, as Tiger Bolt has his seat in the Alfa Romeo in 16th. It's Burnout 007 in 17th, and Nam Bulldog in that first corner incident with Lee van Rooyen. He's now moved on to the hards and catching up with the pack. He'll be seeing himself to the end. Jacques, do you think the guys on mediums, except for Jacques and Divan, the guys on the mediums like Manu, Kedong, Senior Ghost, you think they're going to be making it to the end on those tires?
It's gonna be pushing it to the limits, but I don't think so. I think there will be another stop involved.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's, again, a abrasive track. Mediums are great for performance, but also they're not as durable as the guys on the hards around them. I think Burries and DBR are sitting in a very advantageous position. Nick Gishen not sitting too bad. 9 laps on the hards. He's got about 20 laps, 21 laps still to do. So could he get 30 laps out of the hards? If we have another safety car, yeah.
If you look at Barry's as well, Barry's is on the hard and he's only four laps old. Odds that he's on.
And here we go racing. So Yaku Nagel leads us away. Divan not allowing him to get away on the restart. He's going to stuck into his slipstream. Caught Burry sleeping slightly, but Nick Gishen not getting away nicely.
Well played by Yaku. Well played.
Great by Yaku, keeping that distance from Divan, yes. Burry's falling a bit of a touch with the two of them. Nick Gishen coming under pressure from... but we've seen now Divan right on the back of Yaku Nagel. He's only got the slipstream to work with. DRS not enabled right now, but he does not go for the move. He'll keep chipping away at that lead. And Dierwald runs wide, gets past the Red Bull of the Donks, but Nick Gishen also involved around there. Manu's coming up to the back of them. Nick Gishen under all sorts of pressure from Dierwald. Kedonks running wide as well.
And Senior Ghost made up a few positions from 17 to 8.
There we go, Ferrari running strong and into the points. Lee van Rooyen behind him now in 9th. It's Lee Buddha up into the point, so nice recovery for the Williams there. Now actually getting some points now onto the board for them. Avilach making the move on Eugene S44 we saw there. But this battle between Jaco Nagel and Divan now is going to be the one to watch.
Eugene just went past Avilach. Brilliant move on the inside.
Oh no, it seems it's me. Buddha's gone off track. He's dropped down to 16th. Further back down the pack. We got the two Reynolds running around the right at the back of the circuit. It's Burnout 007 and it looks like just to come out of the pits. But the top three take us through corner 1, 2 and 3.
Jaco so far is having a brilliant race.
I definitely want to have a look at his position change. Yeah, up 5 spots.
5 spots.
Right, I think this. So in the comments.
Divan almost made the move on Jaco, but backed out.
Oh, Barry's getting right on the back of the McLaren. Late break in there. Barry's confident on the brakes of the Mercedes. Likely doesn't come together with Barry's, but he isn't going to allow these two to get away. He's also going to want to join on this body. One mistake from either drive in front, as we've seen, allows guys to... Oh, a slight bit of a tank slapper there from Jaco. Oh, it's getting really tight as Divan now only 1/10 of a second behind. Barry's joining the action. Jaco now really having to defend for all he's worth, but he's doing a great job, Jacques.
Yeah, no, he is. Brilliant driving from Jaco.
So again, comments, boys, please. Yes, Jacques, sorry.
No, sorry.
Yeah.
Usually some guys struggle under the pressure, but Jaco is just keeping it up there. Doesn't look like the pressure is affecting him at all.
Not at all. And we see Eugene and Lee now commencing their battle. Eugene right on the back of Lee. Lee is on the hards, Eugene on the mediums. Unfortunately, I think... Oh, he was on the softs. Eugene on the softs. Lee runs way too wide. He's not going to give it up easy to Eugene. I know Eugene will slot in behind him. Eugene will definitely have the pace on the Red Bull down the next section, as I think DRS has been enabled, so that Red Bull is not going to have much answer to the McLaren. As the DRS pops open, McLaren right behind the Red Bull. Looks like one car. Lee's not allowing him to come past. But yes, that's it. Eugene gets the move done on Lee. Eugene will most likely have to stop again, but he's making his way up to the top. Lee's out! Lee van Rooyen just left off him. He's gone out. Yeah, there he is in the background. He's pinned it. There, I think Jacques Locrancy will breathe a sigh of relief for seeing his challenger not finishing the race. But the top three, they have not let go of each other. Look at that, Jacques. They are less than a second between the top three.
I just want to see Jaco now.
Eugene now making a move on Savage Moses, and he gets it done. Savage Moses sees it to Eugene. Eugene on a rampage. He's not going to allow that top three to get away. He wants to be part of that battle. He's on the softs, but that's a real awesome fight.
Jaco and Divan both made one stop each, and they're on the mediums, 13 laps old. It's gonna be interesting to see who pits first and who's making that. Who's gonna make that call? Yeah.
100%.
There, Divan goes side by side next to each other.
Divan gets it.
Divan gets it.
Thanks, Jacques. I was actually just having a look at, also looking at Eugene. Oh no, Boris goes into the back of Jaco. I was just having a look at Eugene now taking over Manu. He now moves up to 6th. So Yaku, unfortunately, on those mediums, not performing as well as it is on the McLaren. Burry's now 3rd. He's not still letting go. He's on the hards. I think he's going to have a good time see himself to the end of the race. Nick Gishen in sort of a world of his own, 3 seconds adrift of Burry's, but 3 seconds ahead of DBR, with Eugene on a rampage on the softs. We know that this McLaren driver with his teammate are forced to be reckoned with. I'm for sure going to see him up into the point, higher in the points.
Savage Moses just set the fastest lap, 142.8.
And Divan betters him now on a 142.766. Doesn't allow that to get away. So that's another point up for grabs for the drivers who finish in the top 10 is the fastest lap. So that'll obviously go towards the championship and allowing them to get away. But I think with Divan now comfortably ahead of Yaku Nachel, as Burry's now goes on the inside of turn. What's that, turn 5? Turn 6. Gets the move done to turn 7 on Yaku. Yaku dropping back now. Will have to be thinking of pitting. Not sure how much he's going to get out of those softs, but we see Eugene. He's got past Deerwald, and he's on the softs. He's doing 6 laps, but he is on a blistering pace right now.
Oh, and Divan's got a 3-second time penalty.
Multiple warnings for Divan, and yes, he gets that penalty of 3 seconds and added to the end of the race. So he'll need to build a 3-second buffer. Definitely will have to pit again, but they get into the point where the window for the softs to finish on the softs is getting closer. So if you look at about 9 laps on the softs, you'll be okay to pit at about lap 22. And right now Divan is riding an awesome race, very smooth, not losing too much to Burry's, who's actually also doing a very good job on the hards themselves.
Oh, and there Yaku makes it into the pits.
So Yaku, yes, pitting from 3rd. I'm just following as well. Nam Bulldog on Tiger Bolt, giving Tiger Bolt a pushing. Tiger Bolt also in some new machinery for this race. Maybe not getting too much of the hang of it, as we see Nam Bulldog really right on the back of him.
The Racing Point's having a battle.
Oh, the new teammates. So it looks like they gave each other enough respect there, and Savage Moses on the mediums gets past Deerwald, who's on the hard. It's me, Buddha also then getting stern talking to by the stewards in terms of a penalty, and he's now also down in 15th. Unfortunately for the Ferraris, not having a good show. Senior Ghost in 14th and Sniffalizer in 12th. Sniffalizer was blisteringly quick in qualifying. We don't, unfortunately, that's not translated for him into the race. Yeah, Jacques.
Yeah. Sorry, Sheldon, I see Tiger Bolt. He had a very slow start, but I see he fought back nicely up into P8.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, getting used to that new machinery, but he's really coming under pressure as well as we ride with Nam Bulldog.
I'm on him as well. It seems like he's struggling on this arch.
Right, so just looking at some of the comments, Ernest Moolman, Burry's is the Iceman. Yes, smooth, calm, cool and collected. Hey, Dustin. Hey, how's it, my man? How's it, my teammate, my Racing Point teammate in Tier 2? Shouting on for Nick Gishen, who's now second. So this comment was when he was 4th. Nick Gishen now second. He's the biggest gainer of a lot that's going on, but he's still on the hards. He's done 16 laps. He's actually...
And he's up with 11 places.
Well, that just shows that the hard tire is probably was the most clever strategy to go for in early on with the first safety car, because Nick Gishin he has to pit again. I don't know if he'll make it through to the end of the race on these hards. If he does, will his performance be there? That's questionable. But he might be thinking towards lap 23, 24, between 22 and 25, somewhere there, to actually get himself onto the softs and actually be very competitive and racy towards the end of the race.
Yeah, for sure. I see Savage Moses up into fourth, and he's only made one stop so far.
We have retirement. It's burnout. He's out. Will this bring out the safety car? Because we've got a yellow flag sectors 2 and 3. This looks like to be on the corner just after the timing light of... Oh no, he's got that's Wizard's first rule actually. It looks like there might have been a coming together there. But his burnout is out, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Kudonks now has also gone slow at the hairpin. Looks like he might have run wide. As you see Senior Ghost in the Ferrari come into the background shot there. I want to get back on with Nam Bulldog.
He's out.
Now
he retired from the session.
Just as I was coming, the two Alfa Romeos and Diva now are getting very close together here. Bargy stuff through turns 2, 3, and then now going through 4, coming up to 5. I think Divan just needs to bide his time, allow the two Alphas just to fight it out in front of him, because this is going to be 3 into 1 again. That's going to be pretty severe. Divan gets pushed slightly. Oh no, there's a coming together. Divan and that is at Yahoo. No, Tiger Bolt. Oh no, he's lost out in that fight, and he goes into the wall, loses some front end plate, and will they bringing out the safety car? Doesn't look like it, but Divan gets the move done. He's up to fifth. Sorry, as you mentioned, Savage Moses making a great recovery drive. He's up into 4th. Eugene on a blistering run up in 3rd. Nick Gishin, biggest winner of the safety car in the early stages, going onto his hards, now 2nd. Burry's up, still leading this race. Iceman, as they dubbed him on comments. He's leading this race on the hards. Sniffleizer coming up to the back of the Mercedes of Manu. This would be some nice confidence boosting stuff with this Ferrari to get in higher into the points, but also get a move done. It's Buddha also now out of the race. He goes out. What's that? Turn just after turn 7. 8. Sorry, turn 8. He's parked up off over there. It's just a yellow flag. Have we reached our safety car limit? Because that looks like a pretty dangerous spot.
Divan just set the fastest lap though. 141.
So, Yaku
must...
Yes.
No, sorry, carry on.
Yeah, no, he's got onto the soft, so he's going to be rampaging down on Savage Moses as well, who's on an older set of mediums. Divan will he make it to the end of the race? I reckon he'll probably be stretching it, but on the softs to the end of the race, probably get there. Might just need to do some tire management towards the later part of the stint. But definitely a podium still on the cards for him. As Nick Gishin and Burry's really just phenomenally doing well in those odds. Shock.
Yeah, they are, definitely. I'm on board with Yaku now. I wonder what's going through Yaku's head. Does he know, or is he thinking, when is the guys in front of him going to make their next stop?
Yeah, that is the advantage, I think, of having that, number one, the new introduction of the race engineer, but also watching the stream.
Yeah.
You can hear some of the comments and see what the guys are doing around him. If he plays it wise, look, we know, we can see. Look, and Eugene now comes into the pits. He's gone on to a set of hards. That's probably the only fresh set of tires he wants. So he wants the maximum amount of rubber available to him to push that McLaren. We know there's space in the car. We know he's a fast driver. I'm sure he can make those hards work for him till the end of the race. He doesn't even have to worry about tire wear. He just has to push, and he'll get to the end. So yeah, yes sir. John.
No, sorry. From P1 to P6, it can still be anybody's race.
It's definitely up for grabs.
Yeah,
we know Nick Gishen will. It's really up to how Nick Gishen's managing his tires. If he will need to stop again. Burries has stopped, so he won't have to stop again if he can look after his tires till the end. He's on 14 laps. There's about 8.5 laps left for Burries. Let's say 9 laps left for Burries. That will take him on to 24 laps on the hards. That seems to be the range. That seems to be the window for these tires. But Nick Gishen, he might be on the edge of the tires' performance. If he continues the way he's riding right now, I think he'll actually be able to defend his second position. As we do see Savage Moses only 3 seconds behind him on the mediums, but those mediums are also getting pretty old.
Oh. Yeah, so far I see Nick, he's keeping the car together, so it doesn't look like he's struggling, although he will lose some time as the tires deteriorate.
I do see Sniffalizer did get past Manu, but now I'm also with Senior Ghost, who's right on the back of the Red Bull of Kedonks, who had a fantastic qualifying as well in the second row of the grid. Kedonks jets off into the pits. He's only done 13 laps in the hards. He calls it quits on that set of tires. That takes the Ferrari up to 9th now. Senior Ghost. He's now also going to be hunting after Manu, who's only done 6 laps on his hards. Tiger Bolt and Avilach, rounding out the points in 10th. He's on his mediums. That will see him to the end of the race. Tiger Bolt also just recently pitted. He's only 2 laps on his softs. And then rounding up the remaining drivers, Kedonks, Deervolt, and Wizard's First Rule. Unfortunately, having a bit of a tougher race towards the latter half than he did in the beginning. But it's still Burries.
Avilach is having a very quiet race. My ex-teammate. FTR has got a soft spot for the Racing Point.
It must be for loving them. The pink. Sorry, I just got a tickle in my throat. The Pink Panthers, as you want to call them. Yeah.
When FTR started, me and Avila were the first pink drivers.
First Pink Panthers, yes.
That's where we got the Bobby and Ken name from in the start.
Right.
And then,
Okay.
you changed to the Pink Panthers.
Yeah, I think they're trying to find the most decent name to call them. We can't exactly say what they want. They are calling them on the group, and sometimes others. I mean, this is a live stream. We don't want to be ugly, but so we just refer to them as the Pink Panthers.
Pink Panthers.
Yeah. We know Tiger Bolt obviously rides for the Pink Panthers, but there might have been some confusion. So Savage Moses is taking his seat. I don't know now, are they going to make a deal about the points? If Savage Moses finishes on the podium, how that will work, but I'm sure it will go towards Savage Moses and his Alfa Romeo team anyway. I just think there was some confusion and haste and panic trying to get back onto the session as we had some issues early on. But Savage Moses now eating into that lead that Nick Gishen had over him. He's for sure going to challenge Nick in the next lap or two. However, he is going to be running towards the end of the performance of those mediums. Could see him to the end. Don't think he'll have the performance to go to the end. Nick Gishen again doing an absolute stellar job. 22 laps in on the hards, still in second and still competitive. Is losing time to Burries, but that Toro also is looking pretty racy and definitely up for a podium.
Yeah, definitely. But Savage Moses has really impressed me tonight. One stop and he's pushing that mediums. 14 laps now.
So we did mention, yes, in the beginning, Savage Moses, we know he qualified fantastically in his first race at Silverstone with his then teammate Force 13. They locked out the front row, and now he's just carrying that, showing us he's got the pace for racing as well. It's going to be very tight between himself and Nick Gishen, as Nick Gishen actually just took out, extended his lead slightly, but now we got Divan, who's done 6 laps in his softs, in 4th, with Jaco Nagel under a second. Popped up to 1.3 seconds on the mediums just behind him. That's going to be pretty racy. And with Eugene 10 seconds off, it doesn't look like he's going to threaten for 5th unless there's an incident or a safety car, which doesn't look to be happening right now. The guys have settled into a rhythm. But this fight between Divan and Jaco Nagel is not over as yet.
Savage Moses, 15 laps old, the mediums he's on. Divan on a 7 lap soft tyre is still 10 seconds behind Savage Moses. So Savage Moses is doing a brilliant job keeping that 10-second lead from Divan.
Just managing those tyres, managing that lap time. Probably knowing he just needs to cover whatever Divan does, he needs to do. Doesn't want to wear out the tyres too much. But we do have Avelach and Senior Ghost now coming down on Manu. But Avelach only under half a second behind Senior Ghost. This is going to be interesting for 9th. Avelach again, awesome driver. Really is due for a good race. And Manu now dives into the pits. That gives these two drivers a free position. But Avelach's got the DRS on Senior Ghost coming to turn 1. Avelach, the wise old fox that he is, allows Senior Ghost to go through first because he knows there's another DRS straight coming up. He'll have his chance there. He just needs a perfect exit out of corner 5, right on the back. Uses all the track he can. DRS open. There's no way that the Ferrari is going to be defending that. Oh, the Ferrari actually takes a clip of the wall. There goes some of his end plate. Not sure there was contact. Don't think there was contact. Avelach gets that position done. Moves up to 8th. And unfortunately, the Ferrari now with some front wing damage, both left and right side. Jaco Nagel and Divan now.
He's on Divan's gearbox.
He can see the serial number and he can see the date of manufacture. He doesn't want to look at that too long and he wants to get by. This is going to be a great race. Maybe a start for a new rivalry as well, as all these drivers are really starting to nitpick at each other and create these rivalries within the racing series. Jaco's going to have the DRS. What Eugene has over, Divan has over Jaco is that he's on the soft, so he'll have that slight pace. Comes over, says, no, you're not going to go past me. Keeps his line, defends like a champion. Fantastic racing. That was absolutely brilliant driving by the two. No contact there. Jaco's showing Divan all the respect as well. This is what racing is about. This is what we want to see. Close driving. Very, very little chance given, but a lot of respect between the drivers.
And Jaco is not taking unnecessary chances. He's waiting for that right opportunity to make the move.
100%. And I see Devolt in the racing point. He's wanting to unlap himself as well. So this is going to be pretty interesting. There won't be an issue as to for either of them to get out the way, because as you can see, the car just ghosts and allows the drivers to drive through each other if they are lapping and back markers. Obviously, it's not against the rules or regulations to unlap yourself. You're more than well within your right to do that. And the only thing that really does is makes it a little bit unsightly for the drivers who are battling. But Dewald gets through the two of them without incident, and he will go on. And really, looks like Dewald might even be putting in some fastest lapses. Yaku's on the outside of Divan. Divan, absolutely brilliant racing line there. Great presence of mind to cover off the inside. We know it's a very tight section of corner 1, 2 and 3, and if I need to just double check myself, I saw some raindrops there. Yes, there are fuel raindrops. Yaku Nagel gets the job done on the outside, runs wide though, still keeps the position. Divan comes back at him, too tight to pass there. A little bit of rain with only 4 laps to go. As we move to check, Barry's still beautifully maintaining this race. Nick Gishen, he is looking now to take that Toro Rosso with those hard tyres that have done 25 laps to the end. He's still got a second buffer over Nick Gishen, over Savage Moses. Yaku Nagel now past Divan. Divan in 4th. Eugene
Yaku
6th. Yo.
Might just pop into 3rd at the end. I haven't seen Yaku with a penalty yet. And Savage Moses has got a couple, so if Yaku can push the car now and decrease this 11 or 10 seconds now, he might have a chance for 3rd.
For sure, yes. We've got to definitely remember that penalties will be applied immediately as the guys cross the line. So if you within that time and you don't have too many penalties, for sure you will definitely be advantaged for get up. And I see the rain starting to fall a little harder. Obviously, won't affect any of the race. So there won't be a need for a pit stop to go into the inters. The guys will just have to slightly be a little bit more cautious. We know Singapore by nature is very humid country. It's a very humid environment with all those lights as well with the heat. So the surface will get slightly greasy. It's just to be a bit more tentative. The lap times will drop off slowly, but I can assure you the guys will not. As I see, I say that I see 2 of the drivers opting for the inters towards the end. They're hoping that maybe the rains and the heavens open up completely and catch out the other drivers ahead. Then they will be sitting pretty.
Nick is really getting the best out of these hard tires. 26 laps on it. And still going strong. 15 seconds behind Barry's and 1 second in front of Savage.
Oh, we have Senior Ghost. He's gone out just before stadium section. He's on that bridge. That will be difficult to recover that car. No, that's after the bridge. My apologies. Yeah, he'll be difficult to recover that car from there.
Oh, Senior Ghost has left the session, unfortunately.
Yeah, we won't have a safety car on that. It's too late in the race. Barry's now on the penultimate lap.
And Savage Moses catching Nick. Sorry for the interruption.
No, 100%. I was actually just also going to mention that. 1.5 seconds behind Nick. And he's got 2 laps now to push and get past that Toro Rosso, irrespective. Yaku now, he's gone into the pits onto the inters. That's actually a bit of a questionable decision by Alfa Romeo to call him in, to put him on the inters.
I see the McLarens on new softs again for Divan.
As I see...
did Yaku make the correct decision there?
He's only dropped 1 position. However, he could be losing a lot of time to Divan if the surface is not ready for the inters. I'm not sure if the race engineers have told him to come in. As we can see, the top 3 have remained out. The top 4 have remained out on dry tires. Barry's just, as it was mentioned in the comments, being the Iceman, just taking it smooth. Remember in the comments, guys, vote for your driver of the day. I'm going Nick Gishen. I definitely think between Nick Gishen and Barry's, it's very difficult to decide. But Nick Gishen up 11 positions. Savage Moses as well up 17 positions. But if you look at the tire usages, 27 laps in the hards, still in second. We've got looks like one of the McLarens have gone off in sector 3. Between Nick Gishen and Savage Moses, driver of the day, who would your driver of the day be?
I'm gonna go with Savage Moses. Unfortunately for all the penalties that I saw him got, but I think well-deserved race. So my pick, Savage Moses.
Savage Moses. And we have on the comments, Gerard Kotze saying, hello oldie. So you already got a fan on the comments for your commentary, and thank you very much for joining, because it's really been nice having you, chatting with you as well, and giving some insights on your racing from Tier 2, but also translating. Yeah, we're on the final lap. We do have a vote for Barry's one stop and a perfect race. 100%. Barry is also fantastic. He's going to win the race. Savage Moses and Nick Gishen. Oh no, Nick Gishen looks like he's love tapped Savage Moses. That's going to be questionable.
Oh, Jakub back and forth. He jumped Eugene. And Eugene, went to the pits on the last lap.
Eugene, moving the pits. He's gone into the mediums.
But I think Jakub blew it for himself. Yeah.
Yes, with the change to the inters.
With the change of the inters, of a P3 at least.
He's still in contention. Yeah, he looks like fourth. He's going to still be.
Can still be, yeah.
The position he finishes in. Again, we don't know about those penalties, but he's lost that precious seconds that he was within from Savage Moses. That if Savage Moses had those additional penalties, that we would have seen him. But we follow Barry's as he makes his way now towards the tiptoeing towards the stadium section. Coming through.
It has been. Oh, sorry. Oh, Nick lost it. Savage Moses went past. Nick
is out.
That was unfortunate.
So
and I was
will
just
have to
about to say.
I will still call him as my driver of the day, but I'll have to have my race finishing driver of the day will be Barry's, as he tiptoes slowly across the line. The fireworks go off. Barry 0-1, one stop, 24 laps on the hards, takes the victory. Savage Moses now tiptoeing around the last few corners as well. The rain comes down in Singapore to clean off this race in Marina Bay Circuit. Savage Moses take a bow, sir. 21 laps on the mediums, finishing second. Jaco Nagel, we thought he made a mistake. He knew what he was doing.
Off. Yeah.
He showed us it was the right decision. Jaco Nagel finishes third. We'll wait for Devon to cross the line to see if the top 3 remain. We don't have any penalties applied to the top 3. They will remain as they are. Devon now will come through. It seems that Barry's, Savage and Jaco will be our top 3. If I may ask of you, Oldie, if you have those 3 as a friend on the PSN, if you could just maybe invite them in. If not, I know I do have Barry's and Savage Moses, just not Jaco.
Yeah, so I haven't got Savage Moses and Jaco Nagel, unfortunately. Only Barry's.
The Sniffleizer take a bow, sir, as well. Really indifferent race. Finishing 4th. Well done to Ferrari there. Eugene S44 finishing 6th. He's had also a tough race in the beginning as well, with a fight with his teammate and Lee van Rooyen. Avilach now, he stopped onto the Inters 7th. Great race as well. Tiger Bolt coming round corner 22-23 for Alfa Romeo Racing Point combination. He jumps Avilach due to penalties. Last to come over the line is going to be Kedonks, and that ends up for Singapore. I will try and get these guys in to the
I
thingy.
did invite Barry's now.
Tapiwa Barry's is driver of the day. So it seems we got votes for Barry's already on driver of the day. We'll wait for Barry's. I'll get Savage Moses once Barry's is in. Jacques, you wouldn't mind then conducting those interviews for us?
Not at all. Welcome, Barry's. Brilliant race. Brilliant.
Oh, there we go. I got you.
How's it, guys?
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks, Sheldon and Jock.
Well done, Meneer. Congratulations.
Brilliant race.
Thank you, guys.
Didn't you have any troubles on that tires? 28 laps, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, on a set of hards. 24.
To be honest, Divan and Yaku Nofel helped me a lot. They were on the mediums when I went over to the hards, and I basically just used them for TRS to keep up with them. They've got the faster tire, so I saved a lot on tires. As soon as they went for pits, I was in front of, I think, 13 or 14 seconds front of Nick, so I knew I could just turn down my engines and go for the victory.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, that was absolutely. Unfortunately, Nick lost it at the end, and he was on the same set of laps with the same tire, and he couldn't finish the race, unfortunately.
Yeah, I saw he did return. This last 2 laps was very difficult with the rain coming down, and I saw that him and Savage was battling, so it was very difficult. So I would like to see on the stream tonight what happened there. But yeah, it was a very good race. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, Russia next week.
Thank you very much, Barry. That concludes it from my side. Sheldon?
Cool. I have just invited Savage as a friend, and he's invited into the party. I'll just wait for. Yeah, so there's Savage Moses in the commentary box. Welcome, Savage. So you can't hear me yet.
Yeah, I can't hear him either.
Right, so next week we have Russia again. Please do remember, those on the stream, do subscribe. You get click that notification bell so that you get the notification when we go live at Russia. And there we go, Jacques. We've got Savage in. I think he can hear us.
Savage, yes, I'm here. Evening. I do like this support.
Oh, brilliant support
I have my
there.
own crowd here.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
you do.
That's awesome.
Savage,
Yeah.
brilliant race. From my side, you are my
Thanks,
driver of the day. You've
Yeah,
absolutely
no,
done wonderful.
Yes, thanks guys. No, it was really hard. Those last 2 laps, yes, it was very hard. And then at the start I had lots of problems. I think I put it like 3 times, and then yeah, all just worked out.
This last 2 or 3 laps when you caught up with Nick, did you think now you're gonna settle for the P3 or are you gonna go for P2?
I actually asked if
the radio. Then he told me like he had a 6-second time limit. I was just kind of cruising behind him, but when I went for the overtake, he bumped into me off, and yes, I almost lost it. But no, it was great fun.
Yeah, no, like I said, well done. You are my driver of the day.
And if I may ask,
Thanks a lot.
speak us through the confusion of riding for the wrong team this evening.
Oh, no, me and Jock, we actually struggled with connection. Then when we got back into the race, it was like, I don't know, I was the only one that got connected, but
Yeah.
then it just gave me the race point. So yeah.
No, I'm happy for Racing Point in my tier 2 team, so thank you very much for representing. And we'll probably see you back at Alfa Romeo for Russia.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, but it shows you should be racing for racing points. We give you good machinery, good equipment to finish on the podium.
I mean, if it wasn't for Lawrence, then yeah,
there we go.
big problems.
Delhi's money. 100%.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Savage, man. Have a good one. Keep safe.
Thanks.
Enjoy
Thanks,
safe.
guys.
Mr.
Thanks.
Nachel has joined us as well, Jacques. I did get him in.
Waston, hi, Jaco. Yeah, my Alfa Romeo in Tier 2. Jaco, you were very calm and collective. You kept it cool under the pressure. How did you manage to do that?
Yes, I trained quite a bit this week. I just kept my cool, my focus, and I just tried to keep the foot down and keep up the pace.
Yeah, I thought you made the wrong decision almost by going in and fitting the intermediates, but at the end it worked out for you.
Yeah, it worked out very good. Just in I think it's in the last sector, I've hit the wall, so I lost a bit of my front wing, and I slowed down a bit. So at least I got first for that crash. I think it was great, and that put first. So thanks to the Red Bull,
But brilliant race. I think it's your second time, correct me if I'm wrong, driving now. I think. Huge improvement. May there be many more for you, Jaco. Congratulations.
Great, Jaco. Congratulations again, man. Yeah, it was my first race commentating you, so yeah, you'll probably hear me in the stream, so yours was your first one, but yeah, great. We were a bit panicky about your selection of a tyre towards the end, because the rain was pretty light, but yeah, with the Toro also, I just voted him my driver of the day, and then he bit the wall, so I think he's going to send me some ugly messages, but congratulations again, and well podium, dude. Cool, man. Enjoy. No worries. Cheers. See you next week in Russia.
Cheers, Jaco. Enjoy.
Cheers. Great. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. And Jacques, thank you very much for joining and assisting. I definitely want you back next week. We can make a habit of this.
I get excited on the phone.
That's all right. We'll gooi it hard.
Yeah, no, thanks.
Right.
And so we agree at the end of the day, Barry's our driver of the day.
Barry's will be driver of the
According to
day.
voters.
Thank you very much for the votes. Thank you for the comments. Yes, and your driver of the day,
Savage Moses.
Savage Moses. There we go. I'll agree with you. As Barry's won the race, we'll give it to Savage Moses in our side. But for you, comment on the stream. It's Barry's again. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much. Good night. See you in Russia on Monday at 7:45 for Tier 2. Please remember, hit the notification bell so that you can get the notification when we go live on stream. Jacques, good night. Keep safe. And thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Sheldon. Enjoy. See you next week.